I'm Buntag, good morning everyone. Sorry my ugly mug's in the shade today, but it's too hot for walking around and filming, I'm afraid, so we're sitting here, and I apologise as well in case there's any wind noise, because I say we've got a bit of a breeze coming in off the ocean. It's been visa extension time for me since I've been here. Normally from Bateau in Leyte it's really simple. Normally you just walk down to the ferry port, buy your ticket in advance or whatever, couple of £100, you're on the ferry, you arrive in Cebu the next day, you get your extension, you stay probably one night in the hotel, then you get your ferry straight back to Leyte, and that's it, all finished. Leyte is only one island away from Cebu. Where I'm living in Masbate, it's still only one island away from Cebu. So I thought, you know, it's going to be a similar thing, nice and easy. Oh dear, what a nightmare. Right then, let's start. It's been Holy Week, which has made it an absolute nightmare because everyone, all the families in the Philippines, are all trying to get back to their other families, you know, whether it's in the provinces or in the cities. So travel is an absolute nightmare when it comes to Holy Week. Everyone is after transport. We were in Masbate City, down at the boat port, just to see about getting a ferry to Cebu. But the ferry office was closed for 2 weeks, which was really helpful. And the only other way we could get to Cebu was on a bus. Fair enough. Went to the bus station to get a ticket. You can't get them in advance. You have to turn up on the day, first come, first served. And the bus left at 7:30 in the morning. So we decided then that we'd have to stay the night before in a hotel just so we could be queuing up in the morning ready for a bus ticket. So we had the expense, we travelled to Masbate City, we had the expense of staying in a hotel for the night, and up at 5 AM the next morning in the queue for 6 AM ready to get the ticket. There was only probably, I don't know, 20 people in front of us, so it wasn't a problem, you know, just wait your turn, get your ticket and you're ready to go. But then we noticed after about half an hour the queue wasn't really going down, and as usual, this is one bad thing about the Philippines, you'll notice a lot of the people here, they won't stand in line, they'll just push in. They don't care if you've been queuing for 2 hours, they just turn up and go straight to the front, push the way in. No manners whatsoever, it really annoys me. And there's a woman behind us, and I looked 10 minutes later and she had jumped about 20 people and she was at the front of the queue. Which was not too bad. You think, oh, she's just getting one ticket, but I look round and there's about 10 other family members sitting behind and she was getting tickets for all of them. So who's that waving? Yeah, so anyway, she got the ticket and just disappeared, and that was the end of it. You know, I thought, oh, a bit aggravated, but just got on with it. When we were 3 people from the front, the woman come out and she said, sorry, no more tickets available, everything's booked. So of course we've been up since 5 AM for nothing. Everyone was fuming, I voiced my opinions, and a lot of the Filipinos there weren't too happy either. So there's nothing we could do, we had to leave. So what do you do then? You're stuck at the boat port, there's no ferry, there's no bus. We found another woman and a son that was there as well. They'd been mouthing off as well, they weren't very happy and they needed to get to Cebu. So they said there was another boat port sort of an hour and a half away. So if we wanted to go with them, accompany them, we could get a van and go all the way to the other boat port and try the ferry there for the same day. So we got a tricycle back to the bus terminal again. Then we got another van, hour and a half later, turned up there, we got dropped off, went to the ticket office, it was all closed. There was just a piece of paper on the thing saying fully booked. So what do you do again now? You're still stuck, you're stranded still. At the end of the pier there was just a big concrete enclosure with a water machine in, and that was it, a coffee machine, and apart from that there's just a load of wooden pallets, a couple of wooden benches, that was it, nothing else there, oh, and a toilet. So everyone said, what should we do? And everyone agreed though, we had to stay the night there because there was a ferry the next morning and we didn't want to miss that one either, but it meant sleeping outside under this concrete shelter all night on the bus port in the middle of nowhere. We then teamed up with another woman and her friend who had also been stranded. They'd been there as well, so in the end there was 6 of us all stranded. This was only about 11:30 in the morning then. By about 3 or 4 in the afternoon I was so bored, there was nothing to do, nowhere to go. You just sit there, and I thought, I can't spend a whole night here. And we said where we're going to sleep, and they said, oh, just on the wooden benches. And I thought, oh, I can't do that. I was knackered anyway as it was. I wanted a good bed for the night. So by the time it got to about 7 PM, we said, stuff it. Me and Carlotta went to go and find a hotel for the night while the others slept on the pier. And they said if the ticket office was open before we got back, they'd get our tickets in advance. So me and Carlotta went off to the hotel, thought, nice, you know, bit of a comfy bed for once and that, and good night's sleep. Got to the hotel, booked in, went into the room, stripped off, in the shower, no water. But a lot of the time in the Philippines, you have the buckets of water with a little plastic scoop to give yourself like a hand wash. And that was full of water, so I thought, you know, I don't care, I just want to have a quick shower, get into bed and get some sleep for the next day. So I used all the water up, then there was no more water. So I went down to reception and complained, and the woman like apologised, oh, we'll try and get it working, sir, blah, blah, blah. So 10 minutes later, the water still weren't working. So I went down and complained again and said, we want to change rooms, you know, she's still, you know, it's not good enough, Carlotta's still not had a shower, you know. So she changed us rooms into the next one. Same again, just enough water for a shower, no more water. So I went down, complained again, and in the end, the woman from reception had to get some buckets of water from downstairs and manually carry them up to our room so we'd have shower for the morning. By 5 AM we were back down the ferry port again, met up with the other 4 that was still there, and the ticket place just opened. So that was it, we all got tickets, which was perfect, you know, we were happy then we could actually get to Cebu. All 6 of us got on the ferry. Halfway across, I was talking to the woman we've met up with on the pier, and they said, oh, what pier number does it go to? What pier number does the ferry land in Cebu? And she said, oh, there's no pier number, it's just one port. And I thought, that's strange, because I know, like, I think Cebu's got 4 different pier, you know, numbers. I said, what do you mean, just one? And she said, oh, this ferry doesn't go into central Cebu. I said, where does it go? She goes, oh, it's about a 3-hour bus ride away from central Cebu, where we're landing. So I thought, great. So even though we've got to Cebu, we've still got to try and find a bus terminal and get another bus to Cebu for 3 hours. But then as we neared the port, the woman, bless her, she was so kind, the one we'd teamed up with a mate. She says, it doesn't matter, she says, all 4 of you can sleep at my house for the night. I'll feed you, you've got your own bedroom, you can have a shower. She said, and then next morning, I'll take you to the bus terminal and put you on the bus ready for Cebu, which was a real bonus, you know. So we all landed, and a poor husband, you know what I mean, he opened the door to let his wife in after she'd been away a few days, and we got 4 more guests as well. But bless him, he went out, he bought some beer, so we had a beer, we had something to eat, and we all got an early night. We had to be up again 4 AM the next morning, 6 AM, bus terminal, straight to Cebu. 3 hours on the bus, and it just went through Mandawi, and that's where we wanted, the immigration centre in Mandawi City. So we got off the bus there, straight to immigration. That opened at 9 o'clock, we got there about 8:45, so perfect, first in line for immigration, job done. Got in immigration, filled in the forms, perfect. I thought this is the most stress-free immigration I've ever had. So filled in the forms. Look, just as I went to pay, and it was 8,000 pesos. I thought that's strange, because normally your first extension, your first 6-month extension is normally 13,000 pesos. And that includes the price of your ACR card, your little ID card that you need. So I asked the bloke at the desk, I said, how come it's only 8,000? Has it gone down? He said, no sir, this is just for a 2-month visa. I said, why 2 months? He said, you've overstayed a month. I was like, what? So I looked, and it said 59 days. But I was sure in England, when I read it, it says you're allowed 90 days. But I don't know, but in the passport it said 59, and I'd not bothered reading that, so I'd literally stayed a month overdue. So he used that as 1 month, which meant I'd only got 1 month, so I'd spent 8,000 pesos for a 1-month visa on my ACR card, which I've got to pick up again next month. So we've got to go all the way back to Cebu again next month just to pick my ACR card up, but then at least I'll be able to get my 6-month extension at last. So by that time I'd really had enough, you know what I mean, I just wanted to go home, I'd had enough of everything. So I said to Carlotta, stuff it, we're not even going to stay in a hotel, we'll just get the ferry straight back to Masbate. I've had enough, I don't want to spend any more money now. It's cost me a small fortune and we've not even done anything. We went to the ticketing office to get the ferry back. This was on the Wednesday lunchtime this was. Went to the ticketing office and said, oh sorry sir, ferry's just once a week on a Friday night, 7 PM. So this was Wednesday, so we still got 2 days before we could even get a ferry back to Masbate. So that was it. We got a hotel, you know, went back to Cebu, got a hotel for 2 nights as well. Thought, stuff it, we're here now. You know, there's nothing we can do, you know, it is what it is, we've just got to get on with it now. So yeah, we had to pay for more transport, more food and hotels for another 2 days, unfortunately. So that's it really. By the time we got the boat back from Cebu back to Masbate and then the bus back to where we live, it was Saturday afternoon, sorry. We'd left like where we live Sunday morning. So by the time we got back Saturday afternoon, we'd been out the house for 6 days. 6 days just to go to the next island and get 1 extension on my visa. So there you go. How was your week anyway? Thank you very much for watching. See you later.